Okay, so are we expecting some more people, or this is what is the class trend? Shall we start now, or shall we wait for some few more participants? Okay, so today we will be discussing about a new topic, that is mathematics that we use for in chemistry. So the topic's name is mathematics for chemists. I repeat, the topic is mathematics for chemists. So, as chemists, all of us must have done our BSc, and while being in our BSc, we have seen the use of mathematics, especially in case of physical chemistry, is not it? So, be it thermodynamics or kinetics, and especially in quantum chemistry, we have used the mathematics that is required for this course, the overall understanding of the mathematics. So, IGNO has thought it very thoughtful and has put it. Many universities have kept this mathematics for chemist course in their first semester, and actually, people who don't have this mathematics, they get problem in the future while encountering problems in physical chemistry in particular, and overall chemistry MSc course. So with this, we can see that this mathematics, if you remember, while solving for three-dimensional box or one-dimensional box, or the shapes of orbitals, in all doing all this, when we were doing these things in BSc, we have seen that all of them have used ample amount of integration, derivative, graphs, and all this. So in this course, we will be overly looking at all this integration and derivative, and then different types of functions and all. So we will be looking at it in today's class, and the next class on 12th. So now I'll also like to beg pardon because I couldn't take your class on 6th because I was not well on that day. I was having severe toothache. That's why I was not able to take the class. So I will take the first class today, and the second class will be on 12th. So, yet one more question I want to ask. So, can everyone understand Odia? Because if at some point of time I want to explain in Odia, will it be easy for all of us? If anyone is having problem, I'd like to kindly request him or her to kindly raise the hand. Anyone? Okay, so I suppose that everyone understands Odia. More or less, we will be discussing in English only. But at points where I feel that we need to explain it in Odia, I will be explaining it. I'll be explaining it in Odia. So before discussing what we uh, what, as I said, integration, derivative, and all this, we will be starting with something very easy, and that we have already studied, that is this set theory. I hope all of us have studied set theory, and we remember the set theory that we have studied earlier. In generally, we read it for some courses in high school, or else in plus two, 11th level also, we come across this set theory. Now, how do we define a set? Uh, since, as you know, that we have to finish this course in just two classes, so I'll be a bit fast. Wherever you feel that I'm going fast, and you need me to go a bit slower, please let me know. Okay. Now, what do we call a set? If we see that while playing cards, we play set, or we say a set of chairs or a set of tables. Now, when we say a set of chairs, we mean that a collection of chairs, and that all these chairs are of same type or same color or something. There would be some similarity in between them. So from here we understand that a set means a well defined collection of objects. So the objects which are a part of this family, which are a part of this set, they are well defined. As I was saying, they are of the same design. We are defining the design of the chairs, of the same color. We are defining the same the color of the chairs, and then making it a set. And similarly, when we come to mathematics, we use this set to mean a well defined collection of objects. Now, if I say the set of all natural numbers, so whatever the natural numbers we have, those things will come in one set, starting from 1 to whatever we can go, and that set is denoted by n. Now, the set of all integers, that is having all the integers in it, so that is a we are defining, we are well defining it, that it has integers in it, so that is yet another set. The set of all rational numbers, real numbers, so all this come in one set. Now, yet another thing is subset. Whenever we are saying topic, subtopic means something is inside that, is not it? So we have a topic and we have a subtopic, means a small part of the bigger topic. So similarly, when we say about subset, what I mean is a smaller set inside the bigger set, a smaller set inside the bigger set. Now, let's say I have a set of numbers 1 to 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9, 10. So if I say I will take out of these 10 numbers, I will take the a group of all the even numbers. Then I have 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So this 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 is one group, and this is a subset of the bigger group. If I say I will take a set of odd numbers, the subset of odd numbers, then I will have 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. So this will be another subset. So this subset is a part of the bigger set. So that is called a subset. So often we use something called the Venn diagrams, VENN, Venn diagrams, to explain these sets. And that is something quite easy and nothing to discuss. We have this union, intersection, and complementation, and all this inside this set. So this is all about sets, and we will not use much of these sets in this whole course, but I feel that this introduction is enough to understand what is a set. Now, coming to something called curve sketching or linear graph and slopes. Now, can you all see the whiteboard? Is the whiteboard visible where I am writing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. I expect the class to be interactive because mathematics without interaction cannot be taught. So I request all to kindly be attentive, and also whenever or wherever I'll ask, please unmute yourself, and then we will take the course. Huh? Okay, so let's say I am taking this. I'm taking this graph. So let's say this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis that we always do. And then if I take a line like this, and so we can see that this line, let's say it be A and B, this line is AB. If this, we can see that this line is inclined on something. Inclined means to more to get inclined towards something means to have more affinity or ଯୋଉଟାକୁ ଆମେ କହୁ ଆଉଜି ପଡିବା ଟାଇପ ର ଏଇ ଲାଇନ ଟା ଆମେ ଦେଖୁଛୁ ଟିକେ ଏମିତି ଆଉଜିଲା ଭଳିଆ ହେଇଛି ସେ ଇଟ୍ସ ନଟ୍ ଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଡିଂ perpendicular is not it so we can see that it makes an angle like this with the x-axis, is not it? We can see that the x-axis has two. This line AB makes two angles actually with the x-axis. One in the anti-clockwise and one in the clockwise. So this whole would be 180 degree, but mm, this angle which we are taking anti-clockwise, that is what is called the angle of inclination. Okay, the or simply the inclination, how much it is inclined to the x-axis, that is what is called the inclination. So if we draw the x-axis and we draw a line on the positive side of the x-axis and take a angle from the x-axis in the anti-clockwise direction, then it is called the angle of inclination or simply the inclination, and this is denoted by theta. So let's say I will take another line like this line. So what is the angle of inclination here? Can anyone answer? What is the angle of inclination? Anyone? Am I not clear what I am teaching, or you are confused? Can I please know? Okay. So the angle of inclination would be zero because it is not meeting x-axis at any point. So any parallel line which is parallel to the x-axis, it has an inclination of zero. And if
Sir,
another line is,
video is not clear. Sir,
pardon,
video clearly not visible, sir. Sir,
video is
video
not
clearly
clear.
not visible, sir.
Okay, okay, just give me a minute. Hello, is the video clear now?
Okay, sir, manageable, sir.
Okay. So what I was saying is the this parallel line which is parallel to the x-axis will have an inclination angle of zero because it is not touching the x-axis at any point. But if we have an line like this which is perpendicular to the x-axis and parallel to the y-axis, then it will have an inclination of 90 degree. It is as simple as that. That any perpendicular line will be perpendicular to the x-axis will have an angle of 90 degree. So this these lines, whatever we are talking about, it is actually very important as far as this graphs are concerned. When we are drawing graphs, if you can remember, in chemical kinetics or wherever we are expressing the rate, especially in chemical kinetics, we use this type of graphs a lot. So this type of graphs can be explained in terms of straight line equations. So this straight line can be explained by a equation like ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. If we take the general equation of a straight line, for any straight line, if we take the general equation, then if we take ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, where this a and b are not equal to 0, then we get a straight line for this. If you put the values of x and y, we get the values for this. Next, very usual thing, y is equal to mx plus c. Y is equal to mx plus c. This is called the slope intercept form. Slope intercept form, where m is given the slope, where m is the slope. Now, what is this slope? This slope is the inclination of a line. If theta, we say that this theta is the inclination which this any line makes with the x-axis in the anti-clockwise direction, then tan theta, if we take the tan theta, then whatever we are getting, that is called the slope. As we know, tan is equal to sine theta by cos theta, is not it? So if we take the sine theta by cos theta for any angle, then we are getting this tan theta, which is called the slope. Now this m which we are talking about, that the whatever is the theta value. So if the theta is 45 degree, then tan 45 degree into x plus c, whatever the line we are getting, that is the expression or the equation for the for the straight line. Similarly, we can get a slope point form. Now, what is this slope point form? When I'm saying about slope point form, I mean that there is a point x1 and y1. There is a point, this x1 and y1, and the line is passing through it. The line is passing through it. Then for this type of straight line, we will have an equation similar to this, that is y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. Y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. Now a question arises, what is this y and x? This y is the y-intercept, or how much is the intercept of y, and y1 is the point here, point of the line of the point here. This point is x1, y1. Similarly, x is the x-intercept, how much x is covered by this line, and x1 is this point. So if we put these values, then we will get yet another straight line, which is called the slope point form. Slope point form. Now there is another which is called the 2-point form. Let's say we have 2 points x1 y1 and x2 y2. So if a line goes through these 2 points, if you can see, I have done this, x1 y1 and x2 y2 are 2 points, and if a line passes through these 2 points, then we have this equation for this line, which is the y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. Okay. Sorry, I have gone a bit above the line. You can see y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. Now, what is this y2 minus y1? It is indirectly giving us the slope. It's not giving the angle, but the distance between the two, and the slope is being given there. So that is what is called the 2-point form of a straight line. Next, we get the intercept form. and that is, as I was saying, x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. Hmm. Where x intercept of the line is a and y intercept is b. So now how can we define this slope? M is equal to, now how much change has happened in y? Change in y, we can write it as dy, and change in x, that is the dx. So finally we reach that whenever we are trying to get a slope, we get it as a ratio of the change in y with the change in x, that is dy by dx. Now what is this dy by dx? Can anyone answer what is this dy by dx? Anyone? We know it very well, dy by dx. Anyone, please? I expect answers from you, at least for these basic things. Yes, Bhavani, you were saying something, I guess.
Sir, tan theta.
No, tan theta, but what is dy? If in a general sense, if we say dy, then what do we mean?
Derivative of y with respect to x.
Very good. Derivative of y with respect to x. But then what is this exactly? Why do we do this derivative and all? We will be discussing it in a moment. But what is dy? Dy is the infinitesimal change in y. Let's say we have a point y, and then we are increasing it to a very small extent, to a very small limit, so we get dy. So y plus dy is the final product. We started at y, we increased it dy, very small change, so the finally where we reached y plus dy. So this dy is the very small change that has happened in y to get the final thing. So that is what is called the dy. So slope in m, the slope in m, slope that is m is can be defined as the infinitesimal change in y corresponding to the infinitesimal change in x. So this is how we get the slope. Okay. Now we were discussing about here. I was saying about parallel and perpendicular lines. No, and perpendicular lines. So two lines will be parallel. Two lines would be parallel. When can we get parallel lines? If m1 is equal to m2. That is, if the slope of one line is equal to the slope of another line. Because if we see, let's say here I am having a line like this. So whatever is the theta here, and another line like this. So whatever is the theta here, the two theta would be same, is not it? So since two theta would be same, so their tan theta will also be the same. That is the m1 and m2, let's say. So m1 or the theta value, the tan theta value or the slope value for this and the slope value for this would be the same. So if we can just visualize it just by seeing, we can say that these two are parallel lines because they are equidistant at each point of at each point they are equidistant. So we can say that these two are parallel lines. So when these two are parallel lines, when m1 is equal to m2, when m1 is equal to m2. Similarly, when two lines would be perpendicular, let's say we have a line, this itself is the line, and we have a perpendicular like this. So when can we get? When m1 into m2 is equal to -1. So two lines would be perpendicular uh, if m1 into m2 is equal to -1. Okay. So I hope that we all have understood this. Next, we come to another thing called the functions. Functions. Now, what is a function? Anyone except Bhavani wants to answer for this question? What is a function? So function, if we want to explain what is a function, uh, how do we write a function? We generally write f, uh, okay, y is equal to fx, let's say. This is how we write a function, right? So this y is said to be a function of x. Y is said to be a function of x if there is a rule which relates one value of y with value of x in its range of value. Let's say we have a range of values of x. Let's say x can be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we have a rule. Let's say fx is equal to x square plus 5x. Let's say we have this fx is equal to x square plus 5x. So if we take f of 1, then we will get 1 square plus 5 into 1, which will give you 6, is not it? So f1 will give us 6. Now if you take f2, then 2 square plus 5 into 2 will get 4 plus 10, giving us 14, is not it? So this is yet another. F2 is equal to 2 square plus 5 into 2, 4 plus 10 will give us 14. So we are getting two different values when we are changing the value of x. So this fx, which is fx, is called the function. So here, if we see, this fx is having only one value. So this will be a single valued function. I repeat, single valued function. Now, if you see the value of y, we saw y is equal to fx and fx is equal to this. So y is equal to this. Y depends on what value we are taking for x, is not it? What value we are taking for x, that's what the y is. Accordingly, the value of y is changing. So this y will be called the dependent uh, dependent value. This y is called the dependent value, dependent variable, because it varies. Once it was 6, then it is 14. When we take it as 3, then we will get 24. Like that, the value is changing. So it's a variable, but this is a dependent variable because its value depends on what is the value of x we are taking. But the x that is we are taking, that is an independent variable, because the value of x is not dependent on anything. So that is called a independent variable. So x is the independent variable. It is not dependent on anyone. So this is called the single valued function. Now we can have multi-valued function also. Let's say we have a function like y square is equal to x minus 2. Y square is equal to x minus 2. Now this y would be definitely x minus 5 square root of x minus 2 and its square root. So now this can be plus or minus, both are possible. Yes or no? Because if it is minus also, then also we are getting the same value, because we are taking the square of that. That's why this y can be single valued or multi-valued. So here it is a multi-valued thing. So accordingly, the function will be single valued or multi-valued, and it will be dependent on the independent variable and its types, or whatever the independent variables that we are taking. Now this function can have many what we called a domain. Like I was saying, x is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means x can have any value between 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 only. It cannot go to 6, 7, or 8. So this is called the domain. The domain of x. That means the range of the independent variables. From which range to which range these independent variables can have the value. That is what is called the domain. Am I clear to everyone? Am I understandable?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Okay, thank you. So next, these functions can be of various types, and we will see a few of them, whichever we will be using actually in our discussions of MSc, wherever we will read it. So first one is the polynomial. As we know, poly means many. So the polynomial is a function, let's say fx, where fx, the value of fx would be a0 plus a1 into x plus a2 into x square plus, and it goes on till an into x to the power n. So what is this a0, a1, a2? These all are constants, and the n is the exponent, which is a positive integer. This that means how far we have gone. If we have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if n is equal to 5, then this 5 is the degree of the polynomial. That is, the degree of the polynomial would be 5. If we stop at a2x square, then the degree of the polynomial would be 2, like this. So whatever the highest exponent n, that is what we are taking, that will be the degree of the polynomial. So this is one type of function. Next type of function is the exponential function. Exponential, we know about this. Fx is equal to e to the power x. When studying logarithm, we have already come across this e to the power x and all, where e is the where the value of e is equal to 2.718 something. So e is equal to 2.718 something. So this value can be taken. So fx is equal to e to the power x. This is another function which is called the exponential functions. So this is yet another type of function that we need very much, this exponential function in our chemistry. So we need to understand this, especially its algebra. So what is the algebra of this exponential function? If we have two exponential functions like e to the power x multiplied by e to the power y, then we will have e to the power x plus y. So this is easy. E to the power x into e to the power y, we will have e to the power x plus y. E to the power x divided by e to the power y, if we have. Any guesses what we will have? Any guesses?
e to the
E
power
to the power x. E to the
the
power
power
x minus y.
Very good. Thank you. E to the power x minus y. Yet another. If we have 1 by e to the power x, we will have
e
ln
to the
x.
power
Ln x. If we have 1 by e to the power x, we will have ln x. Now, what is this ln x? We have taken just the inverse of e to the power x. Is not it? We have taken inverse of e to the power x. Now, this is called the natural logarithm. We have heard about this, right? Natural logarithm. Natural logarithm of x, to be very specific. So here e is called the base of the logarithm. What is the base of the logarithm? Is e. So when e is replaced by 10, if we take e is equal to 10, then we have 1 by 10 to the power x. This one, 1 by e to the power x we were taking. No, say e, if we take e is equal to 10, so 1 by 10 to the power x, we get something called the log x. Log x. Okay. So when the base of any natural logarithm is taken as 10, when e is equal to 10, then whatever we are getting, that is called the logarithm of x, that we call log x, or the common logarithm also we call it as common logarithm of x. And is there any relation between ln x and log x? Do you remember something? Ln x is equal to 2.303 log x. Okay, this is something we need. We use it every now and then. Ln x is equal to 2.303 log x. We will need it in kinetic theory, electrochemistry, chemical kinetics, everywhere. So we should remember this. Okay, ln x is equal to 2.303 log x. Okay, so there are few more algebra for this also, which we will discuss now. Some relations like similar to what we were doing just now. So ln of xy is equal to ln x plus ln y. Ln x by y will be ln x minus ln y. Ln of x to the power n is equal to n ln x. So just look at these three formulas. Please look at these three formulas. Nothing very something complex that we will not understand. Ln xy is equal to ln x plus ln y. Ln x by y is equal to ln x minus ln y, and ln x to the power n is equal to n ln x. This is what the first one is called the product formula, because we are talking about the product. The second one is called the quotient formula, and the third one is called the power formula, because the power, whatever was the power, has come here, no, and ln x, so that is called the power formula. So are we clear about the exponential functions? These three are very important. Okay, the next thing we go is the trigonometric functions. Trigonometric functions, we all are very usual with the trigonometric values since our class 8th or 9th, and we have used it also every now and here, be it in physics or mathematics or chemistry. So now we will just look at this trigonometric function. So can you name some trigonometric functions? Anyone? Some trigonometric functions? Sin x, cos x, tan x. If fx is equal to sin x or fx is equal to cos x, these all are called the trigonometric functions. So because they involve the trigonometric values here. So do you remember some trigonometric formula? Let me check. Sin square x plus cos square x is equal to
1.
1. Okay. Sec square x minus 1 is equal to tan square x. Cosec square x minus 1 will be equal to cot square x, is not it? So we know this. These are some formula which we have been using since our childhood. So there are few more formulas which we should, that's given in, all of you have got the books, right? The user books, study materials you all have got. IGNO study materials, have you all got?
No, sir, I download from IGNO website.
Yeah. Anyway, soft copy you have got, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you look at that soft copy, there are various formulas. Not all of them we will use, but it's good that we will understand them and remember them also, because that's what is required for this understanding this. So with this thing, we will go to something called inverse trigonometric functions. Now we were talking about trigonometric functions. The next one is inverse trigonometric functions, which means fx is equal to sine inverse x. Sine inverse x, how do we write it? Sine minus 1 to the power minus 1 x. So this we read it as sine inverse x, cos inverse x, tan inverse x. They are the inverse trigonometric functions. So this will also have some value, some formulas, but then they are not of that importance. So we can just understand it like that. Now we come to something called something important called the differentiation. Differentiation, and the opposite is integration. Integration we will talk in the next class. Today we will be discussing about differentiation or the derivative, how we take out the derivative of any particular function. So let's say we have a function. Okay, let's say we have a function y is equal to fx. Let's say we have a function y is equal to fx. So at any point x, at any point x, if we are drawing y is equal to fx, and we are taking we are looking at a point x. So at that point, the derivative, what is the derivative? It is defined as f dash x, f dash s x is equal to limit h tends to 0 f x plus h. I will explain it into fx, sorry, minus fx by h. So what is this? So the f dash x, f dash x is equal to limit h tends to 0. We are setting a limit where h is tends to 0, means h is very small. Just I was saying about that small thing, no, that there is a, when I was explaining infinitesimal change, I was saying that the increment dy is very small. Similarly, this h is so small that it is almost like 0. It tends to 0, means it is almost like 0. And then we have f of x plus h, where see, remember here we have put h tends to 0. So here x plus something very small minus fx divided by h. So what we have done, what is the final thing? We started from fx. Now what is the final thing? Divided by that particular increment that we have done. Let's say we have a point. Let's say uh, a distance is covered up to this much. Okay, so let's say this is x. Now there is something h is here. Okay, this is h, this point and this point, this small thing is h. Okay, so function of, now we have a, now what is the derivative at point x? It is the function of this whole fx plus h, x, and this is h, minus this, minus only this, divided by this. Okay, whatever was earlier, that is to be subtracted from what increment has been done, and then that has to be divided by this increment. Then we get something called the derivative, or we can write it as limit delta x tends to 0 delta y by delta x, or dy by dx. These all are same thing. When we are putting limit delta x tends to 0 into del y by del x, or delta dy by dx, we can write it as dy by dx also, where dy by dx is said to be the derivative of fx. Derivative of fx. This is called the derivation or the derivative. Whenever we are taking derivatives, so when we are speaking about derivatives, what we actually talk about, when we are talking about derivatives, we actually talk about the smaller increment that has been done. We are speaking about how small the increment can be, and how small it is with respect to the whole thing. Okay, so that is what is a derivative. So we have few formulas that I will explain now for this derivative thing. First formula is dc by dx, where c is a constant. So what is the answer? For a constant, it would be always the derivative of a constant is always 0. The derivative of a constant will always be 0. That's what something we all know. Next, d by dx of u plus v. Let's say we have two functions u and v, u plus v. So how do we get the derivative for this? We get du by dx plus dv by dx. Okay. You can see the book for other formulas. I will explain them here. Next, d by dx of cx. Let's say we have a function like this where where there is a constant that is being multiplied over here. So what you get? C into du by dx. Sorry, cu. So c into du by dx. Okay. Next one is d of uv by dx. Here u plus v was there. U plus v. Here u is multiplied with v. So how do we get that? So first you will take u as a constant, then dv by dx, then plus v as a constant, then du by dx. What I have done, just see, for d into uv, duv by dx, where u and v are two functions. So uv by dx. Then what we do is you first take u as a constant and then take the derivative of dv by dx. Then to it add taking v as a constant and take the derivative of du and dx. Okay, so that's what is called the product rule. This is called the product rule. Okay, next we have d by dx of u by v. d by dx of u by v. जदि हमें एठी हमें मल्टीप्लाई करथिले, मल्टीप्लाई जोटा हेतला सेटा एडिशन हेतला, तो एठी जदि डिवाइड होउची ताले कोन हबो? सब्ट्रैक्शन हबो,
माइनस
माइनस हबो, किंतु केवल माइनस हबोनी. हमें देखिबा v into du by dx minus u into dv by dx divided by v square. देखो, सो एठी हमें प्रथमे कोटा को कांस्टेंट नैथिले u, तापर v को नैथिले. एई जगह रे जदि हमें देखिबा जोठी प्लस होची सेठी प्रथमे u नै कि du by dx dv by dx, तापर v du by dx लिख परिबा, किंबा v into du by dx plus u into dv by dx लिख परिबा. किंतु जेतोले हमें डिवीजन करजे सेतोल को we have to take first v is to be taken constant and u जोटा न्यूमरेटर रे अछि तार प्रथमे डेरिवेटिव निया हबो, जोटा डिनोमिनेटर रे अछि सेटा को कांस्टेंट निया हबो. सो v into du by dx minus u into dv by dx divided by v रो स्क्वायर, जोटा डेरिवेटिव सॉरी जोटा डिनोमिनेटर रे थिला तार v स्क्वायर as a overall को v square रे divide मध्य करा हबो. Okay, so this is called the quotient rule. Okay, quotient rule. Okay, next easy आगोटे d to the power d by dx of x to the power n. कौन हबो? d by dx of x to the power n. Anyone?
n into x to the power n minus 1.
Very good. So एई जो n अछि x to the power n रे n जिंसटा प्रथमे कांस्टेंट है कि तळको पळे आसीबो, तापरे x to the power n minus 1. Okay, so just for an example, d by dx of x cube, let's say, so 3x 3 minus 1. एठी हमरो n रो जागा रे कोन अछि? 3 अछि. So 3 टा तळको पळे आसिला, 3 minus 1, so 3x square. Okay, it's as simple as that. Just we have to remember the formula. Okay, एटा कोंतु d of dx of e to the power x, एटा कोन हबो? एटा रे no change, e to the power x रो डेरिवेटिव e to the power x ही हुए. एटा हमें मने रखिया सबले, e to the power x रो डेरिवेटिव e to the power x ही हुए. Okay, next let's say we have d by dx of a to the power x. एठी कोन हबो? हमर जतेले x to the power n थिला सेतेले हमर n into x to the power n minus 1 आस्तला, किंतु एठी टिके अलगा अछि, a to the power x अछि. तो एठी कोन हबो? a to the power x into log a आसीबो. d by dx of a to the power x is equal to a to the power x into log a. Next, d by dx of log x. जदि आमे देखिवा ताहले we will get 1 by x. d by dx of log x is equal to 1 by x. आमे बुझुचे जेतिके एगुडा बुझिबार तो अच्छी किंतु ता सहित आमे बहुत जिंस मन रखिया पड़िबो। जो फॉर्मूला गुडा को विशेष करी आमने सब गुडा को मन रखिया निहाती दरकार नहले आमे असुविधा रे पड़िबा जेतले आमे रियल लाइफ रे बा केमिस्ट्री रे प्रॉब्लम गुडा को करबा। ओके आ गोटे d by dx of sin x के कोइ परिबो कोन हेतिबो d by dx of sin x
cos x
very good thank you cos x d by dx of cos x
minus sin x
very good minus sin x so देखो तो एगुडा को जत्ते हमें मन रखिबा हमें जत्ते प्रॉब्लम सुडा करबा हमको सेते इजीली हमें करि परिबा इज नॉट इट सेते हमें एडा बुझी की मन रखिथवा दरकार d by dx of tan x
sec square x
very good एठी किंतु sec x आसीबो नाही हमें एबे देखुतिले sin x रो डेरिवेटिव cos x रो डेरिवेटिव minus sin x किंतु when we come to tan x we get it as sec square x sec रो स्क्वायर आसीबो एठी sec square x सेमति cot x रो डेरिवेटिव नेगेटिव cos x square x sec x रो sec x into tan x cosec x रो minus cosec x into cot x ए जिंस गुडा को हमें मन रखिया एगुडा नॉट सो डिफिकल्ट टू नॉट टू रिमेंबर हमें इजीली एगुडा को मन रखि परिबा जोगुडा पढु जे हमें इफ यू रियलाइज जे मु किछि नुवा पाठ पढौनी सब गुडा को हमें कोठी ना कोठी टिके टिके पढी कि नि आछे खाली हमें भूली जाइछे किंतु एगुडा मन रखिया दरकार काहे ना हमें जते को एमएससी रो नेक्स्ट सेमेस्टर कोर्स गुडा करबा इवन एई सेमेस्टर रे किछिटा थर्मोडायनामिक्स रे थाई पारे जे जोठी हमें ए डेरिवेटिव गुडा को बा इंटीग्रेशन गुडा को यूज करथवा सो यू कैन योरसेल्फ नो द इंपोर्टेंस ऑफ दिस पेपर so kindly take it seriously okay let's say we have गोटे कंपोजिट फंक्शन अच्छी लेट्स से कंपोजिट फंक्शन अच्छी तो तार डेरिवेटिव केमती होबो dy by dx is equal to dy by du into du by dx कौन कली मु एठी देखंतु जदी जदी एमती हमें देखिबा du कटि जिवो सो dx by dy हे जिवो सॉरी dy by dx हे जिवो which is our in the LHS जहा अछि RHS सया हे जिवो किंतु एटा करिवार तात्पर्य कोन वाज द इंपोर्टेंस ऑफ डूइंग दिस इट इज दैट फर्स्ट द dy ता dx द्वारा डायरेक्टली डेरिवेटिव हो नथिबो तो सही जगह रे हमें dy को कोन करबा du रे with respect to u तारो डेरिवेटिव बाहर करबा u गोटे एमतिया फंक्शन हमें चूज करबा जोटा कि x द्वारा डेरिवेटिव तारो बाहरी पड़थो आउ थरे बुझौछि y dy ए जो y फंक्शन ता एटा कोन होथबो x रो डायरेक्ट विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू x तारो हमें डायरेक्ट डेरिवेटिव बाहर करि परिबा नाही सेही पई कि हमें कोन करबा गोटे एमतिया फंक्शन खोजिबा du जो द्वारा कि से डेरिवेटिव तारो डेरिवेटिव हमें बाहर कर पाथवा किंतु एई du कोन हेतिबो सेटा dx द्वारा तारो डेरिवेटिव होथिबो लेट्स से वी हैव ए फंक्शन y is equal to x to the power x y is equal to x to the power x तो यार हमें डेरिवेटिव डायरेक्टली बाहर करि परिबा नाही सेही पई हमें कोन करबा log नै जबा log y is equal to एठो जदि हमें log नेबा कोन हबो x log x हे जिवो x log x हे जिवो तो याकू जतोले हमें डिफरेंशिएट करबा with respect to x 1 by y into dy by dx okay let me write it first d log y by dx is equal to d of dx of x log x तो याकू जदि हमें एक्सप्लेन करया को जीवा okay let me turn the page याकू जते हमें डेरिवेटिव बाहर करबा सो 1 by y dy by dx is equal to x into 1 by x plus log x into 1, which will give us 1 plus log x. So dy by dx is equal to y जोटा LHS रे थिला गत ए जगह रे ए स्टेप रे y into 1 plus log x. So y ର value कौन x to the power x हम क्वेश्चन थिला y x to the power x plus 1 into 1 plus log x. So this is what is our answer. So dy by dx is equal to x to the power x into 1 plus log x. So इठी हमें ए जो चेन रूल को हमें फॉलो कले तो प्रथमे हमें ताकू गोटे अलगा फंक्शन रे कन्वर्ट कले तापर सेही फंक्शन रो हमें डेरिवेटिव नेले समस्त हमें बुझिले कि केही बुझिले कि ना समस्त बुझिले बुझिलेन जदि प्लीज कोंतो आई विल एक्सप्लेन इट अगेन
सर पुणी थरे
ओके थैंक यू सो एठी हमें देखंतु हमें कोन कले मु आउथरे करछि फर्स्ट रो मु गोटे फंक्शन नेली y is equal to x to the power x. Okay, y is equal to x to the power x. Let's say we have a function like this with various values of x and y. So यार हमें डायरेक्ट डेरिवेटिव न करिकि कोन करिया प्रथमे यार लोगारिथम नबा प्रथमे लोगारिथम नबा माने कोन log y is equal to log x to the power x नबा is not it. So log x to the power x को हमें केम लिख परिबा x log x मध्ये लिख परिबा जेतु सेटा एक्सपोनेंट है कि थिला सेटा एपट को पळे आसीबो लॉगरिथमिक केस रे सो x into log x नाउ याकू हमें जतले डेरिवेटिव नबा एई पूराटार डेरिवेटिव नबा log y रो डेरिवेटिव नबा सो डेरिवेटिव ऑफ log y with respect to dx is equal to derivative of x log x with respect to dx कौन कली मु केवल LHS और RHS को d by dx रे मल्टीप्लाई कली बा तार डेरिवेटिव मु नेबा को चाहिली अच्छा log y रो डेरिवेटिव कौन हबो d by dx of log x केते आसीबो 1 by x ना टिके पूर्व मु कहिथिले फार्मूला गुडा करे d by dx of log x is equal to 1 by x. So d by dx of log y ता केते आसीबो 1 by y आसीबो तापरे पुणी सेटा log y रो सिना किंतु y रो पुणी आउथरे हमें बाहर करबा सो dy by dx कैना y मध्ये गोटे फंक्शन सो log y रो होला 1 by y पुणी dy by dx नाउ is equal to अच्छा एठी हमें सही जिंस करबा x into d of log x by dx plus log x into dx by dx समस्त बुझिले कि एटा हम कोन करले
प्रोडक्ट रूल
हाँ प्रोडक्ट रूल x को बाहर को आनली कांस्टेंट नेली d of log x नेली by dx तापरे log x को बाहर को आनली कांस्टेंट ट्रिपरे और dx by dx करली is not it. So what I will get x into log x is not it sorry log x or derivative which is 1 by x into 1 by x plus log x को कांस्टेंट नहीं dx by dx होची 1 so log x into 1 एठी हमें जो y बाहर करथिले dy by dx सेटा वो एठी आसुनी काहे कि कहना x को x समान अछंती there is no other variable so तारा आसीबो नाही so x into 1 by x केते हबो 1 आसीबो plus log x into 1 log x. So what we get finally is 1 by y dy by dx is equal to 1 plus log x. बुझिले समझते
सर
ओके सो एटा को हमें एपटे मल्टीप्लाई कर दे पारे dy by dx is equal to y into 1 plus log x. So हमको dy by dx बाहर कर थिला so dy by dx is equal to y into 1 plus log x. याकू मोर सिंप्लीफाई केंद करिया देखंतु क्वेश्चन ता कोन y is equal to x to the power x सो एठी y जगह आम से वैल्यूटा पकेबा विच इज इक्वल टू x टू द पावर x इंटू 1 प्लस log x बुझिएला बुझिले कि समझते
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So, thank you for the response. Actually, it encourages us. Okay, so next we will
Hello,
go
sir.
to maximum. Next, hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, class ଟିକେ 7ଟା ଖଣ୍ଡେ start ହେଇପାରିବନି?
Just ମୁଁ ଟିକେ ଗୋଟେ କଥା କହି ସାରେ
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
ୟା ପରେ ଆମେ maxima and minima ପଢିବା continue କରିବା କିନ୍ତୁ ତା ପୂର୍ବରୁ just ଟିକେ because we have taken 1 hour class ମୁଁ ଚାହିଁବି ଟିକେ ରେଷ୍ଟ ନେବା ପାଇଁ ବା ରିଫ୍ରେଶ ହେବା ପାଇଁ can I ask everyone for a short introduction?
Okay,
ହଁ
sir.
ହଁ ହଁ ହଁ
Okay, so you can start with anyone can start just tell me your name, where are you from and what are you doing currently?
ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ କହିଦେବୁ
ପ୍ରତାପ
ତ ସାର୍?
ହଁ କୁହନ୍ତୁ
ମୋ ନାଁ ପ୍ରତାପ କୁମାର ଦାସ, ଭଦ୍ରକରୁ ମୁଁ। ଆଉ ଏବେ ଫିଲହାଲ କମ୍ପିଟିଟିଭ ପାଇଁ ପ୍ରିପେୟାର ହଉଛି। କମ୍ପିଟିଟିଭ ବୋଲି ବିଇଡି ସରିଯାଇଛି, ଦେନ୍
ଓକେ
ପିଜି ପାଇଁ ଆଡମିସନ ଅଛି, ଦୁନିଆ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ଜବ ସେଇଥିରେ ଆଉ।
ଓକେ ନେକ୍ସଟ ଭବାନୀ ବାବୁ
Sir, Bhavani Shankar Sethi from Ganjam. Sir.
ଓକେ କଣ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଏବେ?
Teacher, sir.
ଟିଚର ଅଛନ୍ତି ନାଇଁ?
Sir.
ଓକେ ଏଇଟା ଆର୍ ଗୋଟେ କାହାର ଆସୁଛି ଆର୍ ସେତେବେଳେ ଯିଏ ହଁ
Yes, sir. Sir,
ଗୁଡ୍ ଇଭିନିଂ
ମୋ ନାଁ ରିନିଗିରି, ମୁଁ କେଉଁଝର, ମୁଁ ଏବେ ଟିସ୍କୋରେ ଜବ୍ କରୁଛି।
କଣ କରୁଛନ୍ତି?
ଟିସ୍କୋରେ ଜବ୍ କରୁଛି।
ଓକେ ଓକେ ନେକ୍ସଟ ବିଭୁ ପ୍ରସାଦ
ସାର୍ ମୋ ନାଁ ବିଭୁ ପ୍ରସାଦ ସେଠୀ, ଗଞ୍ଜାମ,
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଟିଚରସିପ୍
କଣ
କରୁଛି ନବରଙ୍ଗପୁର।
ଟିଚରସିପ କରୁଛନ୍ତି?
ହଁ ସାର୍, ନବରଙ୍ଗପୁର ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟରୁ।
ଓ ନବରଙ୍ଗପୁରରେ ଆଚ୍ଛା ନେକ୍ସଟ वी हैव अनुपमा
Yes, sir. Anupama Pathal. I am in teacher.
ओके
Kendrapada.
ଆପଣ କୋଉଠୁ ମ୍ୟାଡାମ?
Kendrapada.
ओके
I
अपर्णा
guess.
ओके थैंक यू अपर्णा
ସାର୍ ଅପର୍ଣ୍ଣା ଖୋର୍ଦ୍ଧା ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟରୁ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଟିଚିଂ ଏକ୍ଜାମ ପାଇଁ ପ୍ରିପେୟାର ହଉଛି।
ओके इज देयर एनीवन लेफ्ट दिस इज व्हाट आई कैन सी ଆଉ ଜଣେ କିଏ ରହିଗଲେ କି आर गिरी एंड
ହ୍ୟାଲୋ ସାର୍,
सोनाली साहू
ନମସ୍କାର।
सॉरी आर गिरी यू हैव ऑलरेडी सेड सोनाली साहू
Sir, I'm from
हाँ
Jajpur. I'm a teacher in
ଏବେ କଣ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ମ୍ୟାଡାମ?
Bhadrak district.
ओके ओके
Thank you.
ओके सो मोस्ट ऑफ अस आर टीचर्स नाइस
Teacher ଅଛି sir, Bhadrak district.
अच्छा सो
Yes.
ମାନେ ପ୍ରାୟ ସମସ୍ତେ ଟିଚର୍ସ ପ୍ରତାପ ସାର୍ ଆପଣ ଯୋଉଟା କହୁଥିଲେ ଟିକେ ଡିଲେଡ୍ କ୍ଲାସ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ଏଇ ଟାଇମ ଟା ରିଜନାଲ ଅଫିସ ସେଡ୍ୟୁଲ କରିଛନ୍ତି ତ ସୋ वी cannot change so if they agree then I'm not sure if they can do anything if they agree then we don't have any problem but
ସାର୍
ସେମାନେ
ମୁଁ
ଯେହେତୁ
କହୁଥିଲି କଣ କି, ଯୋଉ କ୍ଲାସ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟିଂ ର ସିନା ଟାଇମ ଅଛି 6ଟା, କ୍ଲାସ ଏଣ୍ଡିଂ ର କଣ ଟାଇମ 8ଟାରୁ ଆଉ ଅଧିକା ହେଇହବନି?
ନା ଯେହେତୁ ଆମେ 6ଟାରୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରୁଛେ
ନା ସାର୍, ମୁଁ
ଆଠ
କହୁଥିଲି କଣ, ଆପଣ ବି କ୍ଲାସ ଟା ଜଏନ କରିଦେଇଥାନ୍ତେ, ଜଏନ କରି ସେ ଭଳିଆ ରଖିଦେଇଥାନ୍ତେ, ଆଉ
ହଁ
7ଟାରୁ କ୍ଲାସ ଏମିତି ତ କ୍ଲାସ ଆମର କଣ୍ଟିନ୍ୟୁ ହେଇକି ରହୁଛି ସେଇଭଳିଆ, ମାନେ
ହଁ
ମିଟିଂ ଟା ଓପନ ହେଇକି ରହୁଛି ସବୁବେଳେ ଲିଙ୍କ। ତ ମୁଁ କହୁଥିଲି 7ଟାରୁ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ କରିଥାନ୍ତେ, ଏମିତି ହେଇଥିଲେ ଭଲ ହେଇଥାନ୍ତା, କାରଣ ଦିନରେ ଟାୟାର୍ଡ।
no, that makes sense, but then maybe ଏଇଟା ଏଇ କ୍ଲାसेସ୍ ଗୁଡାକ ଯେତେ ଦୂର ମୁଁ ଜାଣିଛି and these all are being recorded uh, if I'm right then these all are being recorded so ଯିଏ ରେକର୍ଡ କରିବେ ସେ ମେ ବି ଅଫିସରେ ରହିବାକୁ ପଡୁଥିବ
ଓକେ, ତ ସାର୍ ମୁଁ
ସେ
କହୁଥିଲି କଣ, ଆମର ଯୋଉ କେମିଷ୍ଟ୍ରି ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ଥିଲେ, ତ ତାଙ୍କୁ
ହଁ
କହିଥିଲୁ ସେ ତାଙ୍କର ଯୋଉ ଇମେଲ ଆଇଡି ଟା ଦେଇଥିଲେ, କି ଆପଣ ବି ଯଦି ସେମିତି କିଛି ପ୍ରୋଭାଇଡ କରିପାରନ୍ତେ, ଆପଣଙ୍କର ସୋର୍ସ କିଛି ହ୍ୱାଟ୍ସଆପ ନମ୍ବର କି ମେଲ ଆଇଡି ବି, ଆମେ
ହଁ
ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଫର୍ଦର ଟାଇମରେ କଣ୍ଟାକ୍ଟ କରିପାରନ୍ତୁ ଯେତେବେଳେ କୋର୍ସ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ। ଏବେ ତ କୋର୍ସ
ହଁ
ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ କରିନୁ, ଆମକୁ ବହି ବି ମିଳିନି,
ହଁ
ତ
ହଁ
ମିଳିଲା ପରେ ଆମେ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ସହିତ କଣ୍ଟାକ୍ଟ ବି କରିପାରନ୍ତୁ
ହଁ
କିଛି ତ ଜିନିଷ
definitely I will share my contact number. You can write
ସାର୍
it right now.
ହଁ ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ କାରଣ
8144
ହଁ 2 ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ସାର୍ ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍ କୁହନ୍ତୁ
8144
8144
52
52
66
66
29.
29
So this is my WhatsApp number as well.
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍
So maybe up to 5:36 ଆମେ 5:30 generally ଆମେ କଲେଜରେ ରହୁ ତ ସେଇ ପାଇଁ ମେ ବି ସେଇ ଟାଇମରେ ଟିକେ ଆଟେଣ୍ଡ କରି ହବନି but then if any queries
ନା ସାର୍
not
ରାତିରେ
only
ତ ଆଟେଣ୍ଡ କରିପାରିବେ ରାତି 7ଟାରୁ 9ଟା ଭିତରେ
ହଁ 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 କେବଳ ମ୍ୟାଥମେଟିକ୍ସ ଫର କେମିଷ୍ଟ୍ରି
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ନୁହଁ ଯେକୌଣସି କୋର୍ସ ରୁ ଯଦି ବି କିଛି ବି ଡାଉଟ୍ ହୁଏ ପ୍ଲିଜ ଲେଟ୍ ମି ନୋ ଆଇ ୱିଲ୍ ବି ହ୍ୟାପି ଟୁ ହେଲ୍ପ ହଁ ହ୍ୱାଟ ଏଭର କ୍ୟାନ୍ ବି ଡନ୍ ବାଇ ମି।
ସାର୍ ଆମର ସିଡ୍ୟୁଲରେ ଥିଲାନି ମଣ୍ଡେ ଦିନ କ୍ଲାସ ଆପଣ ମଣ୍ଡେ ଦିନ କ୍ଲାସ ନଉଛନ୍ତି ଆମେ ସେଥିପାଇଁ କନଫ୍ୟୁଜନ ମୁଁ ତ ଆସିଥିଲି ଖାଲି ମାନେ ଚେକ୍ କରିବା ପାଇଁ କ୍ଲାସ ହଉଛି କି କଣ
ମଣ୍ଡେ
ସେମିତି
ଆଜି ପା ମଣ୍ଡେ
ନା ମଣ୍ଡେ ଦିନ କ୍ଲାସ ହବାର ନଥିଲା ମେ ବି ମୁଁ ଆଉ ଦେଖିନି
ନାଇଁ
ଟାଇମ
ନାଇଁ
ଟେବୁଲ
6
ଟା
ତାରିଖ ଗୋଟେ ଆଉ 9 ତାରିଖ ଗୋଟେ ଥିଲା ମୋ କ୍ଲାସ ତ 6 ତାରିଖ ଟା ମୋର ଟିକେ ଅସୁସ୍ଥତା ପାଇଁ ମୁଁ ନେଇ ପାରିଲିନି ଆଜି 9 ତାରିଖ ନଉଛି ପୁଣି 6 ତାରିଖରେ ନେବି ଆଉ
ମାନେ
ସରି
ସେ ଯୋଉ
12 ତାରିଖରେ ନେବି ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ
ଆପଣଙ୍କର
କ୍ଲାସ
ସାର୍ କଣ ଯୋଉ କ୍ଲାସ ଟା ମାନେ ପୁରା ଏଣ୍ଡ ହେଇଗଲା ମାନେ ଆଉ ନେବେ ନା ଏଇ ଦିଟାରେ ଖତମ
ନାଇଁ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ନେବି 12 ତାରିଖରେ
ନା ତାପରେ
12 ତାରିଖରେ 12th ରେ
12 ତାରିଖ ପରେ
ନାଇଁ 12 ତାରିଖ ପରେ ଆଉ ଆମକୁ ଏବେ ପାଇଁ କିଛି କୁହାହେଇନି ମେ ବି ପରେ ଜଣେଇବେ
ତ ସାର୍ ବହି ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ୟାର ହଁ ସରି କହୁଥିଲି କଣ ସାର୍ ନେକ୍ସଟ କ୍ଲାସ ଆଇଲା ବେଳକୁ ଆମକୁ ସାମ୍ପଲ କୋଶ୍ଚେନ୍ ଦେଖେଇ ପାରିବେ କି ମାନେ ଏଇ ଭଳିଆ କୋଶ୍ଚେନ୍ ଆସେ ଇଗ୍ନୋରରେ ମ୍ୟାଥମେଟିକ୍ସ ଫର
ସେଇଟା ତ
କେମିଷ୍ଟ୍ରି
ମୁଁ ବି ଫ୍ୟାମିଲିୟର ନୁହଁ but I can ask what you can do is you can make a WhatsApp group of yours ଆପଣ ମାନଙ୍କର
ହଁ
ନିଜର ଗୋଟେ WhatsApp group କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ଆଉ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
କେହି ଜଣେ ଅନ୍ତତଃ ଆପଣମାନଙ୍କ ଭିତରୁ ମୋ ସହିତ ଟଚ୍ ରେ ଥାନ୍ତୁ ମୁଁ ଯେବେ ଯାହା ଇନଫର୍ମେସନ ପାଇବି କିମ୍ବା କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ବା ଆଉ କିଛି ଏଇ ରିଲେଟେଡ ପାଇବି ଆଇ ୱିଲ୍ ବି giving it to him or her and then you can forward that with others
ହଁ 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 ସାର୍ କହୁଥିଲି କଣ କି ଆମର ଯୋଉ ଇଗ୍ନୋରେ ସେମାନେ ଇଗ୍ନୋ ତରଫରୁ ଗ୍ରୁପ କରନ୍ତି କି ଆମକୁ ଗ୍ରୁପ ବନେଇବା ପାଇଁ ପଡିବ ସେମିତି କିଛି ଅଛି
ନାଇଁ ନାଇଁ ମୁଁ ଜାଣିନି ସେ ବିଷୟରେ ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି କିଛି ଆଇଡିଆ ନାହିଁ
କାରଣ ଏବେ ତ ମିଟିଂ ୱିଦାଉଟ୍ ମିଟିଂରେ ମାନେ କାହାର ବି କଣ୍ଟାକ୍ଟ ନମ୍ବର ପାଇବା ବହୁତ ମୁସ୍କିଲ
ହଁ
ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଦେଖିକି ସେମାନଙ୍କ ତରଫରୁ ଗ୍ରୁପ ହୁଏ କି ଆମେ କରୁ
ନା ଏଠି ହିଁ ଆପଣ କହିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ଏଠି ହିଁ ମେ ବି ୟାର ଯୋଉ ମେସେଜ ଇଏଟା ଥାଏ ମେସେଜ ଲିଙ୍କ ଗୋଟେ ଥାଏ ନା ଇନ କଲ ମେସେଜେସ୍ ନା କଣ
ହଁ ହଁ ହଁ
ସେଠି ମେ ବି ଯଦି ସମସ୍ତେ ନିଜ ନିଜ ନାଁ ସହିତ ମେସେଜ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତି then it will be easy for you to make a group and then you can be a point of
ଏବେ ତ
contact
ସାର୍
for
କେହି
us
ନାହାନ୍ତି ଯଦି ବି 12 ତାରିଖରେ ଆଜି ତ 9 ତାରିଖ ମେସେଜ ବି କରିବା କଥା କେହି ବି ନାହାନ୍ତି ଏତେ ପ୍ରାୟତଃ 28 ରୁ 30 ଜଣ ଉପରେ ଜଏନ ହେଇଯାନ୍ତି ଆଜି ତ
ଆଚ୍ଛା
ଅଛନ୍ତି ସବୁ କେତେ ଦଶ ଜଣ ଭଳିଆ ଅଛନ୍ତି 4 8
ହଁ
10 ଜଣ ଭଳିଆ ଅଛନ୍ତି ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଛାଡି 9 ଜଣ
ହଁ ମେ ବି ନୂଆଖାଇ ପାଇଁ
12 ତାରିଖ
ଛୁଟି
ଦିନ ଦେଖିବା ଯଦି 12 ତାରିଖ ଦିନ ଯଦି ବି କେହି ଅଧିକା ହେଲେ ତାହେଲେ
ହଁ ନାଇଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କର କାଲି ପରଦିନ ବି କ୍ଲାସ ଅଛି ବୋଧେ ନା ବାୟୋଲୋଜି ଫର କେମିଷ୍ଟ
ଜାଣିନି
ହଁ କାଲି ପରଦିନ ମଧ୍ୟ ଆପଣଙ୍କର କ୍ଲାସ ଅଛି ବୋଧେ ତ
ବାୟୋଲୋଜି
ସେଠି
ସେଟା ସାର୍ ବାୟୋଲୋଜି ଟା ମାନେ ମ୍ୟାଥମେଟିକ୍ସ ପିଲାଙ୍କର ନୁହେଁ ନା ମାନେ ଆମର ଅଲଗା ମାନେ ଅର୍ ମ୍ୟାଥମେଟିକ୍ସ ଅର୍ ବାୟୋଲୋଜି ନା
ଓହୋ ହୋ ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆଚ୍ଛା ଏଇ ପାଇଁ ବୋଧେ ଆଜି କମ ପିଲା ଥିବେ ମେ ବି କି
ଓହୋ
ସେମାନେ ମାନେ ପିସିଏମ ସିବିଜେଡ ଅଣ୍ଡରରେ ଆସିଥିବେ ବୋଧେ
ମ୍ୟାଥମେଟିକ୍ସ
ମେ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ବି
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା
ପିସିଏମ
ଯିଏ
ସିବିଜେଡ
ପିସିଏମ
ଅଣ୍ଡରରେ
ପିଲା
ଆସିଥିବେ
ପ୍ରାୟ ଯିଏ ମାନେ ଫିଜିକ୍ସ କେମିଷ୍ଟ୍ରି ଆଜ୍ଞା
ହଁ
ତ
ସେମାନେ
ସେମାନଙ୍କର
ମ୍ୟାଥମେଟିକ୍ସ
ଆମର
ନଉଥିବେ ଆଉ
ସବୁ ପିସିଏମ ମାନଙ୍କର ମ୍ୟାଥମେଟିକ୍ସ ହଁ ସେମାନଙ୍କର ଯିଏ ବଟାନି ଜୁଲୋଜି ମାନେ ଅନର୍ସ ର ସେମାନଙ୍କର ବାୟୋଲୋଜି ଫର କେମିଷ୍ଟ୍ରି ଟାଇପ ର ସେ କୋର୍ସ ଟା ଥାଏ ଇଲେକ୍ଟିଭ ଟା
ଓକେ ହଁ ହଁ
ଓକେ ତ 12 ତାରିଖ ଦିନ କେହି ବି ଯଦି ବି ଚାହିଁବି ଯଦି ମୁଁ ତ ରହିପାରୁଛି ନ ରହିପାରୁଛି ଯଦି ବି କେହି ରହିଲେ ତ ସାରଙ୍କ କ୍ଲାସରେ ସମସ୍ତେ ଗ୍ରୁପ ବନେଇଦେଲେ ଟିକେ ଭଲ ହବ
ହଁ ମେ ବି ଆଜି ମଧ୍ୟ କରିଦେଇ ପାରନ୍ତି ହଁ सो प्रताप सर आपण टिके मते ये करिवे पिंग करिवे व्हाट्सएप रे
ସାର୍ ମୁଁ ସାର୍ ନୁହେଁ ଆପଣ ସାର୍ ମୁଁ ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟ।
ओके बट हियर वी ऑल
ମୁଁ
आर
କିନ୍ତୁ
सेम।
ଆପଣଙ୍କ ସହିତ କଣ୍ଟାକ୍ଟରେ ରହିବି,
हाँ हाँ प्लीज।
ସିଓର ରହିବି, କାରଣ ଏ ମ୍ୟାଥ୍
ओके
ରହିବାକୁ ହିଁ ପଡ଼ିବ, ନହେଲେ ହବନି।
yeah, so doing that we can be more in touch and in loop so that
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍
जहाँ भी problems आसला मे बी आपण माने समस्ते
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ये करके हमें इजीली सॉल्व कर पारे। बस ए ग्रुप रे यू कैन ऐड मी आल्सो, दैट्स नॉट ए प्रॉब्लम।
ସିଓର 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 ସିଓର।
ओके
8144526629।
हाँ
ଆପଣଙ୍କ ନାଁ ସାର୍ କଣ? ତନ୍ମୟ ସାର୍ ପା?
ମୋ ନାଁ ତନ୍ମୟ। ହଁ
ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଘରଟା କୋଉଠି ସାର୍?
ମୋ ଘର ଫୁଲବାଣୀ।
ଓକେ ସାର୍।
ଆଜ୍ଞା ମୁଁ ଏଠି ଫୁଲବାଣୀ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ଅଟୋନମସ୍ କଲେଜରେ ହିଁ ଆସିଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ପ୍ରଫେସର ଅଛି। ଓକେ ସୋ ସରିଲା ଆଉ କାହାର କିଛି ଡାଉଟ୍ସ?
ସାର୍ ମ୍ୟାଥ୍ ସିଲାବସ୍ ଆମର କିଛି ସେମିତି କିଛି ଅଛି ଲିମିଟେଡ୍ ନା ଅନଲିମିଟେଡ୍ କୋର୍ସ ବି
ଆପଣଙ୍କ
କିଛି ଅଛି?
ଷ୍ଟଡି ମେଟେରିଆଲରେ ଯାହା ଅଛି ସେତକ ହିଁ।
ସାର୍ ଷ୍ଟଡି ମେଟେରିଆଲ ହିଁ ନାହିଁ, ଇ ଜ୍ଞାନ କୋର୍ସରୁ ପାଇବାକୁ
ପ୍ରତାପ
ପଡ଼ିବ
ସାର୍
ବୋଧେ।
ଆପଣ ଏବେ ନୂଆ ସେକ୍ସନରେ ଜଏନ୍ ଅଛନ୍ତି, ଜାନୁଆରୀ ସେକ୍ସନରେ ନୁହଁ କି?
ଶୁଭିଲାନି ମ୍ୟାଡାମ?
ସାର୍ ଅଲରେଡି ହ୍ୱାଟ୍ସଆପ୍ ଗ୍ରୁପ ଗୋଟେ ଦିଟା କ୍ରିଏଟ୍ ହେଇଛି ଯୋଉମାନଙ୍କର କେମିଷ୍ଟ୍ରି ଥିଲା।
ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆଚ୍ଛା
ତ ପ୍ରତାପ ସାର୍ ବୋଧେ ନୂଆ ଏଇ ସେକ୍ସନରେ ଜୁନ୍ ସେକ୍ସନରେ ଜଏନ୍ କରିଥିବେ, ଜାଣିନଥିବେ ଗ୍ରୁପ ଅଲରେଡି ଜଏନ୍ କରାହେଇଛି।
ଓକେ ସରି ମୁଁ ଜାଣିନି, ମାନେ ଆମର ତ ଜୁଲାଇ ବ୍ୟାଚ୍ ଆଡମିସନ।
ହଁ ସାର୍ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଏବେ ଜୁଲାଇ ବ୍ୟାଚ୍ ଆଡମିସନ ତ ଆପଣ ଜାଣିନଥିବେ ଏଇଟା ଯୋଉ କ୍ଲାसेସ୍ ଗୁଡାକ ହଉଛି ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ଓପନ୍ ଅଛି, କିନ୍ତୁ ଏଇଟା ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ଯୋଉମାନେ ଜାନୁଆରୀ ସେକ୍ସନରେ ଜଏନ୍ କରିଛନ୍ତି ସେମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ହିଁ କରାହେଇଛି, କାରଣ ଡିସେମ୍ବରରେ ଏକ୍ସାମ ହବ ବୋଲି।
ଆପଣଙ୍କର କଣ ଜାନୁଆରୀ କି?
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଆପଣଙ୍କ
ସାର୍ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ପାଖକୁ ଲିଙ୍କ ଯାଇଥିଲା କି ସାର୍? ସାର୍
ଓକେ so we will continue this discussion। ଆମେ ଆଉ ଅଳ୍ପ ଟିକେ ଅଛି ପାର୍ସିଆଲ ଡିଫରେନ୍ସିଏସନ ଆଉ ୟୁଲର ରିଲେସନ, ଆମେ ସେତିକି ଡିସ୍କସ କରିଦବା, ତାପରେ ଆମେ ଏଇ WhatsApp ଗ୍ରୁପ ବିଷୟରେ ଡିସ୍କସ କରିବା।
ସାର୍
Will that
ସାର୍
be
ଦି
fine?
ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ଦି ସେକେଣ୍ଡ, ଏ ଯୋଉ ଅପର୍ଣ୍ଣା ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ଯିଏ ଅଛନ୍ତି ତମର କଣ ମେଲ୍ ଆଇଡି କି ଦେଇପାରିବ କିଛି, ମାନେ ତମକୁ କଣ୍ଟାକ୍ଟ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଜାନୁଆରୀ ବ୍ୟାଚ୍ କି କଣ, ସେଇଥିରେ ଡାଉଟ୍ ପ୍ରବଳ ଅଛି ମୋର, ମାନେ ମୁଁ ହିଁ ଜାଣିପାରୁନି ମୁଁ କୋଉଠି ଅଛି। ତମ କ୍ଲିୟର ଇନଫର୍ମେସନ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଅଛି?
ହଉ ଠିକ ଅଛି।
ହଁ ଟିକେ ଦେଇଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ଖାଲି।
ଅପର୍ଣ୍ଣା ବରାଲ 1999@gmail.com।
ଓକେ ସବୁ ଛୋଟ ତ? ହଁ ଓକେ ସାର୍ ଠିକ ଅଛି। 1998 ନା?
99।
ଓକେ ସାର୍ ୟୁ ମେ କଣ୍ଟିନ୍ୟू।
Okay. So, what we were discussing till now is differentiation. ଆମେ differentiation ତ ଦେଖିବା, କିନ୍ତୁ ଅନେକ ସମୟରେ ଆମେ କଣ ଦେଖୁଛୁ ଗୋଟେ ଫଙ୍କସନ ରେ ଦିଟାରୁ ଅଧିକ ଭେରିଏବଲ୍ସ ଥାଇପାରନ୍ତି। ଲେଟ୍ସ ସେ we have a function xy, let's say we have a dependent variable z which is a function of x and y। so in that case ସେଇଠି କେମିତି ଆମେ କରିପାରିବା differentiation, ସେଇଟା ଆମେ ଟିକେ ଦେଖିବା। let's say we have a function which is the z is equal to f of x and y। okay, z is equal to f of x and y। so where it has two independent variables, right, x and y। so এই কেস ରେ ଆମେ କଣ କରିଥାଉ, କାର ମନେ ଅଛି କି? anyone? ଓକେ ଏଇ କେସ୍ ରେ ଆମେ ପାର୍ସିଆଲ ଡେରିଭେଟିଭ ବୋଲି ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ତାକୁ ଆମେ କରିଥାଉ। ମନେ ପଡିଲା ପାର୍ସିଆଲ ଡେରିଭେଟିଭ?
Yes sir।
ମନେ ପଡୁନି ବୋଧେ? ଓକେ ପାର୍ସିଆଲ ଡେରିଭେଟିଭ ମାନେ କଣ? ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ କୁ କନଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ନେଇକି ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ର ଡେରିଭେଟିଭ କରିଥାଉ, ପୁଣି ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ କୁ କନଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ନେଇକି ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଡେରିଭେଟିଭ କରିଥାଉ। କେମିତି ସେଟା କରିଥାଉ ଟିକେ ଦେଖିବା। ସୋ ଲେଟ୍ସ ସେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ ଡେରିଭେଟିଭ ଖାଲି କରିଥାଉ ସେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ ୟୁଜ କରିଥାଉ ହଉଛି ଡି, କିନ୍ତୁ whenever we are using partial derivative we go to del, is not it? so del z by del x is equal to del f by del x, which gives us limit delta x tends to 0, f of x plus del x and y minus f of xy divided by delta x. देखंतु कौन हैला ना आमे del z by del x प्रथमे बाहर करछे तो ସେଇଟା को आमे केम del z टा कोन f of z टा होची f of xy, so del f by del x प्रथमे आमे x रो डेरिवेटिव टा आमे बाहर करबा. सो x रो डेरिवेटिव प्रथमे केमति बाहर करबा लिमिट डेल्टा x टेंड्स टू 0. मु कहितली जे x होची एति की डेल्टा x होची स्मॉल चेंज. जदी ओके मु if this is x and this is del x, if you can see I have used a red ink, black ink ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ red ink use करछि. so black ink जदी होची x ଆଉ red ink जदी होची delta x, where delta x is very very small, बहुत छोटो delta x रो वैल्यू, अर्थात ए जो x रो जो delta x को गला से जो चेंज टा होची बहुत छोटो चेंज, से चेंज विषय हमें कथा होचे डेरिवेटिव विषय जते हमें कहूचे. सो प्रथमे जोटा fxy थिला वर्तमान सेटा fx plus delta x आउ y हे जाइछे. दिस नॉट इट, जेहेतु हमें नेक्स्ट रो कथा कहूचे माइनस f of xy प्रथमे जहा चेंज हिचे सही फंक्शन को नबा ताहा दिरो हमें जोटा इनिशियल जोटा ओरिजिनल फंक्शन थिला ताको सब्ट्रैक्ट करबा आ डिवाइड करबा कोथि ना डेल्टा x रे हमें डिवाइड करया, अर्थात कोन चेंज हिचे सेटा को हमें करबा. नेक्स्ट हमें कोन एटा z टा f of x y अर्थात x रो भी फंक्शन आ y रो भी फंक्शन. तो प्रथमे हमें x रो डेरिवेटिव नेले, नेक्स्ट हमें del y नबा. So del f by del y. Can anyone just say कौन हबो limit del y tends to 0 f of x into y plus del y is not it minus f of xy divided by delta y. देखंतु f of x and y plus delta y minus f of xy divided by delta y. किंतु ए सब दिरे कोन हबो हमरो ए जो लिमिट जिनसटा को हमें रखिले सेटा वैलिड हेतवार अछि जे डेल्टा y बा डेल्टा x टेंड्स टू 0. सो ए जिनसटा को हमें कहि थाउ जे पार्शियल डेरिवेटिव. पार्शियल डेरिवेटिव तो जदि हमें पार्शियल डिफरेंशिएशन कले ताहले टोटल डिफरेंशिएशन ता कोन हबो total differentiation of del f is equal to del f by del x into del x dx by del f by del y into dy. देखंतु कोन कराला ए जो वैल्यू हमें पाई थिले एठी रे dx को मल्टीप्लाई करा हबो, ए जो वैल्यू हमें पाई थिले एथिरे डेल्टा y को मल्टीप्लाई dy को मल्टीप्लाई करा हबो आ ताको प्लस जदि करा हबो ताहले जहा आसीबो सेटा हबो टोटल डिफरेंशियल. ए जो हमरो पूरा गोटे फंक्शन थिला हमें एठी पार्शियली करथिले, पार्शियली माने केवल x रो डेरिवेटिव काटथिले तापरे केवल विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू y जदि होय तार डेरिवेटिव बाहर करथिले. किंतु एई जगह रे एटा को हमें आउ केन लिख परियो देखन तो df by del x into del y. हां से टाइप रो किंतु नॉट एग्जैक्टली दैट बट समथिंग लाइक दैट. सो सेटा हमें एठी हमें करूचे. आ गोटे जिंस अछि डबल डेरिवेटिव. डबल डेरिवेटिव माने अछि के सेकंड ऑर्डर डेरिवेटिव बा डबल डेरिवेटिव जोटा कुआ जाय. डबल डेरिवेटिव कोन del of del x of del f of del x. ऑलरेडी गोटे डेरिवेटिव अछि से डेरिवेटिव रो डेरिवेटिव. सो सेटा को हमें लिखिबा del square f by del x square और सेमती जदि del by del y of del f of del y is equal to del square f by del y square. तो एटा होची डबल डेरिवेटिव. ए जो डबल डेरिवेटिव किंतु दी प्रकार हे एठी हम कोन लेले dx सॉरी del x del y किंतु हमें आउ गोटे प्रकार नै परियो केंती del of del x by del f by del y तामाने या सहित नउचे कोटा को याकू याकू जोठी हमें del y को नहीं थिले तार डेरिवेटिव विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू del x नउचे सो इठा हमें कोन पाइबा del square f by del y into del x सेमती हमें del by del x of del f by del y of del x is equal to del square f by del y into del x सेटा ही पाइबा किंबा what we can do is हाँ एटा एठे पाइले so there are four things एठे में चारटा विषय में डबल डेरिवेटिव रो चारटा जिंस ऊपर देखिले एगुडा इजी जिंस आमे सब पढ़ी चे एगुडा को प्लस 2 रे किंतु आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट कि आउ थरे माने समस्ते एटा टिके एबे पढ़िबा काइना एगुडा को निहाती दरकार आमनकर ओवरऑल ये रे मैथमेटिक्स सॉरी केमिस्ट्री एमएससी बेले ओवरऑल एटा दरकार ओके अच्छा आमे थर्मोडायनामिक्स रे गोटे स्टेट फंक्शन आउ पाथ फंक्शन विषय रे पढुतलु मने अछि कार स्टेट फंक्शन का कुआ जाय पाथ फंक्शन का कुआ जाय से जिंस एठी टिके आमे पढिबा स्टेट हाँ प्रताप सर कहउछन कि
प्लस 2 पाठ सारा एते मने भरनी कॉम्पिटिटिव लाइन क्लास ला परे
ओके हम प्लस 3 रे भी पढितिले स्टेट फंक्शन होछि ताकू कहबा जोटा कि केवल इनिशियल आ फाइनल स्टेट ऊपर डिपेंड करे को पाथ दे कि से जाईची सेटा हमरो एते वी डोंट केयर अबाउट दैट सेमती पाथ फंक्शन का कहबा जोटा कि इनिशियल और फाइनल ऊपर नुह बरं को पाथ रे से गला ता ऊपर डिपेंड करे हाँ तो सेमतिया स्टेट फंक्शन और पाथ फंक्शन विषय में एठी मध्ये पढिबा तो लेट्स से सेटा को हमें कहबा यूलर रेसिप्रोकल रिलेशन यूलर reciprocal relation so ei jo euler reciprocal relation there let's say we have a function z which is a function of x and y am pakre z achi which is a function of x and y how this is a state function mane kono ye initial re kono achi इनिशियल स्टेट कोन फाइनल स्टेट कोन ता ऊपर ही डिपेंड करछि मझिरे को रास्ता दे कि सी ए रु बी को गला हमर किछि फरक पड़नी ए कोन बी कोन दैट्स व्हाट इज इंपोर्टेंट टू अस तो एटा को हमें एग्जैक्ट डिफरेंशियल एग्जैक्ट और टोटल डिफरेंशियल बोली केतेले कहबा याको ना जतले dz इज इक्वल टू del z by del x at constant y dx plus del z by del y at constant x dy हे परिबो कोन एटा कली मु ना del z जो नेली ना del z को with respect to del x नेली taking y as constant अर्थात जोठी जोठी एई फंक्शन रो y आसीबो ताकू हमें 0 करी करी जिबा तापर ताकू मल्टीप्लाई करली with dx तापर del z by del y at constant x and multiplied by dy एई जो जिंसटा मु कली जदी एईटा हुए ताहले याकू कोआ जिवो एग्जैक्ट डिफरेंशियल तो एठी हमें आ कोन लिख परियो m of xy dx plus n of xy dy so what is m of xy is equal to del z by del x at constant y n of xy is equal to del z by del y at constant x खाली टिके इजी देखा जाऊ बोले हमें एमती लिखुछु तो जदि एटा कंटीन्यूअस पार्शियल डेरिवेटिव हेथो नाउ ए क्वेश्चन अराइजेस व्हाट इज ए कंटीन्यूअस पार्शियल डेरिवेटिव कंटीन्यूअस पार्शियल डेरिवेटिव माने जतले हमें ताको पार्शियली डेराइव करूछु तार जतले del by del x नउचे सेते बेलकू हमें कोन तारो वैल्यू गुडा को कंटीन्यूअस हे कि पाउचे माने 1.1 1.2 1.3 हे कि से 2 रे पहुंचबो नॉट 1 2 3 4 जदि सेमथि हेबो ताल ताको हम कहबा डिस्क्रीट पार्शियल डेरिवेटिव्स किंतु कंटीन्यूअस माने 1 और 2 मझिरे जो गुडा को वैल्यू अछि सेही गुडा कर वैल्यू मध्य हमें पाइबा तो सेइथरे हमें कोन हबो del square z by del x into del y is equal to del square z by del y into del x. ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଏଠି କିଛି ଚେଞ୍ଜ ଅଛି କି? ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ LHS ଆଉ RHS ରେ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ପ୍ରଥମରେ LHS ଟା ଯଦି ଆମେ ଦେଖିବା ପ୍ରଥମେ del z by del x କଲେ ତାପରେ ଆମେ del z by del y କୁ ସେଇଠି ଆମେ ମଲ୍ଟିପ୍ଲାଇ କଲେ କିନ୍ତୁ ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ଟାରେ ପ୍ରଥମେ del z by del x କଲେ ତାପରେ ସେଇ del z by del x କୁ ଆମେ del by del y ରେ ମଲ୍ଟିପ୍ଲାଇ କଲେ ତ ସିକ୍ୱେନ୍ସ ଟା ମ୍ୟାଟର କରୁଛି ଏଇଠି z by y ପ୍ରଥମେ ଡେରିଭେଟିଭ ହେଲା ୟାକୁ ଆମେ କେମିତି ଲେଖିପାରିବା del by del x of del z by del y is not it ୟାକୁ del by del y of del z by del x ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ସିକ୍ୱେନ୍ସ ଟା ଏଠି ପ୍ରଥମେ ଏଇଟା ହଉଛି ତାପରେ ଏଇଟା ହଉଛି ପ୍ରଥମେ ଏଇଟା ହଉଛି ତାପରେ ଏଇଟା ହଉଛି ଏଠି କଣ ହଉଛି ନା ପ୍ରଥମେ y with respect to y ଆମେ ଡେରିଭେଟିଭ ନଉଛେ ଅର୍ଥାତ x କୁ କନଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ନେଇ ନେଇ ଚାଲଛେ ଆଉ ତାପରେ ଆମେ del x ରେ ଆଉଥରେ ତାର ଡେରିଭେଟିଭ ବାହାର କରୁଛେ ସେମିତି ଏଠି x with respect to x ଆମେ ଡେରାଇଭ କରୁଛେ ତାପରେ ତାର ଆଉଥରେ del y ରେ ଆମେ ଇଏ କରୁଛେ ତ ଯେତେବେଳକୁ ଏଇଟା ଆମେ ଦେଖୁଛେ ସେତେବେଳକୁ ଏଇଟାକୁ ଆମେ କଣ କହୁଛେ ନା ୟୁଲର ରେସିପ୍ରୋକିଟି ରିଲେସନ ବା ୟୁଲର ରେସିପ୍ରୋକାଲ ରିଲେସନ ବୋଲି ୟାକୁ ଆମେ କହିଥାଉ ବୁଝିହେଲା କି ବୁଝିହେଲା ନା ଆଉଥରେ ବୁଝେଇଦେବି नो रेस्पॉन्स आई एम कंफ्यूज्ड ସମସ୍ତେ ବୁଝିଲେ ବୋଲି ନିରବତା ନା ବୁଝି ହେଇନି
ସାର୍ ହେଲା ସାର୍
ହେଲା ତ ଆଚ୍ଛା
ସାର୍ ଆଉ ଥରେ
ଓକେ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଏଠି କଣ ହେଇଛି ଏତିକି ଯାଇ ତ ବୁଝିଥିବେ ଏଇ ଜାଗାଟାରେ ଏଇ ଜିନିଷଟା ତ ବୁଝିଥିବେ ଏକ୍ସାକ୍ଟ ଡିଫରେନ୍ସିଆଲ କେତେବେଳେ ହବ ନା ଏଇ ଜାଗାଟା ତ ଏଇଠି ଆମେ କଣ କଲେ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ del square z by del x by del y is equal to del square z by del y into del x ଏଇଟା ପ୍ରଥମରେ ଯଦି ଆମେ ଦେଖିବା ତାହେଲେ ଲାଗିବ ହଁ ଏଇଟା ତ ସମାନ ଏଠି ଏତେ କହିବାର କିଛି ନାହିଁ ଖାଲି del x into del y ଏପଟ ଲେଖା ଅଛି del y into del x ତାହେଲେ ସେ ଦିଟା କଣ ଅଲଗା କି ଆମେ ଯଦି ମୂର୍ଖ ହିସାବରେ ବୁଝିବା 3 into 4 is equal to 4 into 3 ଟାଇପ ର ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି କହିଲେ ଚଳେ କିନ୍ତୁ ପ୍ରକୃତରେ ଏଠି ସେମିତି ହବ କି ସେମିତି ହୁଏ ନାହିଁ ସବୁବେଳେ କାହିଁକି ନା ଏଠି ଆମେ ଡେରିଭେଟିଭ ନଉଛେ ପ୍ରଥମେ କଣ ନେଲେ del z by del y ନେଲେ ଯଦି LHS କୁ ଦେଖିବା LHS କୁ ଦେଖିବା ତ del z by del y ନେଲେ del z by del y ମାନେ କଣ ଏଠି x ର ଯେତେ କମ୍ପୋନେଣ୍ଟ ଥିଲା ସେଗୁଡାକୁ ସବୁ କନଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ନେଇକି ଆମେ with respect to y ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ଡେରିଭେଟିଭ ବାହାର କଲେ ସେଇ ଯୋଉ ଡେରିଭେଟିଭ ଆସିଲା ତାକୁ ଆମେ ନେକ୍ସଟ del x on the basis of del x ଆମେ with respect to del x ଆମେ differentiate କରୁଛେ ଠିକ ସେମିତି ଏଇ ପଟେ RHS ପଟେ ପ୍ରଥମେ del z by del x ନେଲେ ତାପରେ ସେଇ ଯୋଉ ଡେରିଭେଟିଭ ଆସିଲା ତାର ଆମେ with respect to del y ତାର ଡେରିଭେଟିଭ ବାହାର କରୁଛେ so these two look same but they are actually different but they are different in what sense the sequence in which the mathematics is done କାହା ପରେ କୋଉଟା କରାହେଇଛି କିନ୍ତୁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଯାହା ପରେ ଯୋଉଟା କରାହେଲେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଏ ଦିଟା ଯଦି ସମାନ ଆସିବ ତାହେଲେ ସେଟା ଆମେ ୟୁଲର ରେସିପ୍ରୋକାଲ ରିଲେସନ ବୋଲି କହିବା ୟୁଲର ରେସିପ୍ରୋକାଲ ରିଲେସନ ବୋଲି ଆମେ ଏଟାକୁ କହିଥାଉ ୟୁଲର ରେସିପ୍ରୋକାଲ ରିଲେସନ ଓକେ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଅଛି ଦ ସାଇକ୍ଲିକ ରୁଲ ବା ୟୁଲର ଚେନ୍ ରିଲେସନ ଏଠି ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ଆମେ ଯୋଉଠି ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ କରିଥିଲେ dz is equal to del z by del x taking constant y into dx plus del z by del y taking constant x into dy ଏଠି ଯଦି ଆମେ dz କୁ 0 ନେଇଯିବା ओके dz को 0 नहीं ଯିବା ତାହେଲେ ଆମର କଣ ଆସିଲା ନା 0 is equal to del z by del x at constant y into dx plus del z by del y at constant x into dy so del x by del y at constant z del x by del y at constant z is equal to minus of del z by del y at constant x divided by del z by del x at constant y. कौन मु कली एईटाको आ एईटाको अलगा कर देली ए दीटाको अलगा कर देछि. सो नाउ हमें कोठी पहुंचले ना del z by del x at constant y into del x by del y at constant z into del y by del z at constant x is equal to -1. एटा को कुआ जाए साइक्लिक रूल. साइक्लिक रूल रे फाइनली कोन हुए देखंतु ना जतल को z को with respect to x हमें derive करिवा taking y as constant. Next x को with respect to y derive करिवा with taking z constant. y को with respect to z हमें derive करिवा taking x constant. हमें केते पाइबा ना -1 पाइबा. तो एई जो नियमटा को कुआ जाए द साइक्लिक रूल. जेतो एटा साइक्लिक वे रे देखंतु XYZ सब जगह XYZ अच्छी किंतु कोठी कोटा निया हेची सेटा केवल हमको देखिवा को पड़िबो. दीटा को हमें दीटा रो डेरिवेटिव नबा गोटे वेरी फंक्शन नबा आ गोटे को हमें विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू दैट नबा आ गोटे को थर्ड हम वेरिएबल को हमें कांस्टेंट नै जबा. जदी एटा मल्टीप्लाई करबा ताहले हमें फाइनली पाइबा -1. एटा को कहा जाए साइक्लिक रूल एंड दिस इज वैलिड ओनली फॉर स्टेट फंक्शन. जति कि हमर स्टेट फंक्शन अछि केवल सेही मानक पई एटा वैलिड रहिबो. समस्त बुझिले कि
सर
हां ओ
सर बुझले.
आज्ञा आज्ञा. अच्छा तो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट डेरिवेटिव्स. सो आज हमें सेट रु आरंभ कले. सेट रु आसला परे हमें टिके देखिले स्लोप्स आउ लाइंस विषय रे. तापरे हमें एंटर कले फंक्शंस विभिन्न प्रकार फंक्शन पोलिनोमियल ट्रिगोनोमेट्रिक आउ तापरे इनवर्स ट्रिगोनोमेट्रिक एक्सपोनेंशियल फंक्शंस. तापरे हमें डेरिवेटिव पार्शियल डेरिवेटिव यूलर रूल्स यूलर रेसिप्रोकल रिलेशन आउ यूलर चेन रिलेशन विषय देखिले. आई होप एतिकी समस्त को क्लियर हेइथिबो. पूरा क्लियर तो हबनी केबे भी काइना एमती रे मैथमेटिक्स हुए नी. आपण मन को मु रिक्वेस्ट करबी जे आपण माने निज निज बुक्स टिके देखंतु स्टडी मटेरियल आपण डाउनलोड कर दियंतु. केबे आसीबो तो ठीक नै. यू जस्ट डाउनलोड एंड गो थ्रू देम a bit so that you can have an idea. हमें 2 घंटा रे एते गुडा को पढेबा इजी मध्य नुह से पे गुडाय जिंस होय तो स्किप हेतिबो. तथापि मु ट्राई करछि जति बेसिक दरकार सेति सब को अंततः टच करके जीवा पई सो दैट हमें सामने रे जतल को प्रॉब्लम आसीबो हमें अंततः बेसिक ता बुझी जाइथवा जे कोन पई गोटे जिंस होउची बा होउनी. सो एक्चुअली मैथमेटिक्स ता जदि हमें पढ़िबानी we will be in great trouble while understanding chemistry. I जो मैडम जो कहउथिले अपना मैडम जे पीसीएम सीबीजेड लोकन को पई अलगा अलगा जो माने सीबीजेड नै छंती किंतु एमएससी करछंती से माने टिके होय तो असुविधा रे पड़ी पारंती while solving this quantum chemistry and all this. Anyway, probably they will learn it somewhere. So that's what we will do. And एगुडा को हमें आज क्लास एतिक रे सारिबा. So if any doubts please let me know. I will repeat my mobile number 81. Those who have not noted it down please write it down. 8144526629. I repeat मु एठी मैसेज कर दोछ नले इन कॉल मैसेजेस. Sorry, 8144526629. So समस्ते नोट कर देबे जहार जतले भी जहा भी असुविधा हबो you can just text me so that more next leisure time I will look into that. And please लिखि दउतबे एमएससी इग्नो एमएससी ग्रुप रो बोली कना नहले मु चिन्हिबारे असुविधा हो. confuse ହେଇଯିବେ. Okay, so anything else to discuss? ଆଉ କିଛି ଅଛି କି discuss କରିବା ପାଇଁ?
ସାର୍ ରିକ୍ୱେଷ୍ଟ କରୁଛୁ କି ସାର୍ ନେକ୍ସଟ କ୍ଲାସରେ ଟିକେ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ଟିକେ ସାର୍ ସଲ୍ଭ କରିବେ ସାର୍.
Okay, I will try. Actually ଯେତିକି କୋର୍ସ ଅଛି ନା ସେତିକି ସାରିଲା ବେଳକୁ ଅସୁବିଧା ହଉଛି, ତଥାପି ନେକ୍ସଟ କ୍ଲାସରେ I will try definitely. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Okay then. Anything else? If no, then thank you all for joining. We will be meeting you again on 12th of this month. Thank you. Good night.